Now, this devotion is going to be 2 parts, so go ahead and save it now because we talk about temptation. Yeah, I said it, temptation. Now, today's scripture, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. No temptation has taken hold of you except what is common to mankind. But God is faithful. He will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can handle. But with the temptation, he will also provide a way of escape so you will be able to endure it. Now, by the time we get to verse 13, Paul has delivered a masterclass on temptation that takes us far beyond our belief that temptation is just a sensual seduction, but letting us know that temptation also comes in eternal desires, our rebelliousness, and external pressures like life and stress. So when Paul begins to describing this overtaken or being taken a hold of, he's not talking about possession or being overpowered. He's talking about a seizing that happens because you weren't anchored. He's describing this suddenness that happens when your feet gets taken up underneath you because you didn't have a firm setting. And this tends to happen in moments when we are emotionally ungrounded or when we're spiritually disconnected. We can be tired, alone, or when you've been trying to manage your life on your own strength. So temptation seizes not because of strength, but because of lack of protection. And baby, this is where it gets good, because the very next thing Paul states is that God is faithful. And the reason why is because the seizing that happens is not the finish. It's not the end, but it is the beginning to that way of escape that you've been looking for. Now, here's your shouting point, because Paul's use of this word temptation in this verse is a Greek word called periosmos, which takes away this modern sense of temptation being the sensual seduction, and it means to place pressure on something in order to reveal what it's made of. So your temptation is telling on you, but not for punishment and not for shame, but to expose to you what's unanchored. Because my God don't tempt, but what he will do is allow temptation to show you where your trust is thin, or where your identity is leaking, or where you've been letting coping mechanisms become your communion. So yeah, the enemy will use temptation to destroy you, but God uses temptation to reveal you so he can restore you. And this is why Christ is the way of escape. Not a trick, not a hack, not a behavior modification, not a technique. He himself is the escape. Because baby, he's the only one who can anchor what pressure reveals.